What is up, you guys? We are going to go into lab reviews today because I get a lot of questions about functional labs, and I get so many women that are like, oh, I went to my doctor and they say everything is fine. But the reality is, if you don't feel fine, if you're not able to lose weight, if you are swollen, if you are puffy, if you have brain fog, if you just don't feel the way you want to feel, then there is something going on. And the reality is, it's not that your doctors don't want to help you, but they've actually surveyed doctors, and most doctors, they feel completely unprepared and unable to actually help women who are going through perimenopause and menopause. They just weren't taught. They're really good at making sure that you're not going to die. They're not taught to help women like us who are going through these changes, who are high stress, who have a lot going on. And so women go to the doctors and they're at dead ends. They're swollen, they're puffy, they're full of brain fog, they feel like shit, they can't get answers. So I'm actually going to show you how functional labs can uncover different things and actually show you that you're not going crazy. And the reality is because we work with a specific subset of women. We work with really successful women. And so we're specialists, right? Like, I don't work with young women. I don't work with old men. I don't work with people who have, all these different crazy things. Like, I work with a very specific subset of women, and we're specialists at helping them. And so we know what to look for. We know how to play detective, and we know how to actually go find out what is wrong. So we're going to go ahead and dig into it. I'm actually have some labs here. I'm going to show you these women. I feel pretty certain some of you guys are going to be able to see yourself in these. So let's go ahead. We're going to go into the first one. So this first one here, she is a 50-year-old woman. She came to us doing 6 times per week of working out. She was going to Orange Theory. She was also doing cardio, and she was also fasting. And the reason she was doing all of that is because she couldn't get her body to respond. So when her body wouldn't respond, she obviously got more and more and more extreme. She has a really high stress job. So she runs a company and she travels. Her schedule is really, really, really erratic. And she's also a caretaker for aging family members. So she's got a lot going on. Now, I'm obviously not going to show you her whole test, but what I am going to show you is a couple things here. So this here is like her fight or flight cortisol. So this is her daily cortisol. And as you can see, it's almost off the chart. But when we look at this here, her adrenals, so your adrenal glands, you can see they go from your brain, they react to stress. They actually produce some hormones, and they help produce your cortisol. And so you can actually see here, while she's spends most of her day in fight or flight, her actual energy cortisol is not even measuring. It's below where we want it to be. So this woman who's trying to show up because she's in charge of everything at work, she's got tons of people, she's got a team, like she's got a big, big, big job. She's dealing with brain fog that she can't get rid of. She can't sleep at night because she's in fight or flight. She can't lose weight. She's puffy, and she just literally cannot function. So this is a client we've been able to help drastically, not just lose weight, but her brain function is so much better because this actually needs to be healed. This is not something that you can get on a blood test. So that's woman number 1. So let's go ahead. Let's move on to a really, really, really common one. I make these videos for you. And so if you like them, you just let me know. IBS is not a diagnosis. IBS is a set of symptoms. And it basically means, I don't know how to help you. Take some Miralax, take some Prilosec, and good luck. We can't do anything else for you. Endoscopy's clear, colonoscopy's clear, maybe you're just stressed. And so we've had women coming to us who have been on Miralax their entire life. We've had women who coming to us who literally would not eat before they went to work. Wouldn't eat because they were so afraid of what their stomach was going to do once they actually got into the office. And it was embarrassing, like really, really, really embarrassing. And again, they're going to doctor after doctor, GI specialist after GI specialist. They're limiting their foods so severely because they're just terrified to eat. And this is like a mom with kids, a job, like she's trying to live life. And it got to the point where she's literally terrified of food. And the only solution doctors are giving her is, hey, if you're constipated, take Miralax. If you just maybe avoid those foods that are giving you diarrhea. So she would ebb and flow between both. So I'm going to actually show you what we found. So this is a woman, 44-year-old mom. She actually didn't have a ton of weight to lose. She was very, very, very healthy by most people's standards. So traditional medicine was like, I don't know what to do with you. So we ran this test. This is one of the tests we run. So we run this test, we run run this test and we run another one. Because like I said, we specialize in certain types of women. We don't work with everybody. We work with really successful women who are very stressed out and have hormone issues because we see similar things again and again. So here's what we found. We found H. pylori, which is really, really, really common. If H. pylori goes untreated, it can cause ulcers. We found she's actually got some undergrowth of bacteria. This little bugger right here is closely tied to your metabolism. Really, 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 and your blood sugar. She's got none of that one. And then we see all this overgrown bad bacteria. You don't want any of this bacteria in your gut. Look at this. All of this impacts. You can eat as clean as you want. You're not what you eat. What you are able to digest and absorb. And so all of this is throwing off our metabolism. It's creating inflammation. It can lead to autoimmunity. It can cause brain fog, skin rashes. It can mess with your moods because your serotonin, your dopamine, all of your feel-good chemicals, and about 80% of your immune system are all in your gut. All of these women that are like, oh, I have anxiety and I struggle with my moods and things like that. Guys, if you don't have a healthy gut, you're never going to be able to fix that. That's actually not even all. When we look at this one, we actually are able to look at all these other markers. So for her pancreas is not digesting food properly. We can see her immune system was super flared up. She's got a ton of inflammation. She's got leaky gut, which can eventually lead to autoimmune diseases. And so this here is a woman who traditional medicine said, just take Miralax. She's avoiding foods before she goes to work every single day. And they're like, I don't know what to tell you. And also isn't able to actually lose freaking weight. And so when we actually look at this, and the thing is like, this is not easy to solve, but she's in it to win it. She's like, I have to fix this. This is affecting my life so drastically. And oh, by the way, guys, you have to digest hormones. So anybody who's trying to help you fix your hormones without looking at your gut is doing you a disservice. You cannot fix your hormones unless you have a healthy gut, because you have to digest hormones just like you digest your food. I know that's crazy, right? But it's a real thing. I've got a couple others that I'm going to go through here. So let's go through these other ones because these are really common ones that will mess with your ability to lose weight. So estrogen dominance. So I hear so often women say, my doctor said my hormones are fine. So estrogen and progesterone actually need to be in balance with one another. So if you have a lot of estrogen like this and you don't have the progesterone to match, number one, all this estrogen is going to cause you to be really, really, really puffy. It's going to cause you to have mood swings. You're going to have terrible periods. You're going to have estrogen dominance. Estrogen dominance is going to make it really, really, really hard to lose weight. She also had fibroids, constant bleeding. The doctors just gave her meds and she actually ended up gaining 50 pounds. Not to mention, we've already kind of covered this in the first one. She spends a lot of time in fight or flight, but her body is actually completely exhausted. But I wanted to show you guys this one because this is a big one. I don't care if your estrogen is normal. It has to be in balance with progesterone. Being normal doesn't actually mean anything when it comes to your estrogen. One last one, because I think that a lot of this, you guys will really vibe with this, because I know obviously most of us know somebody who's been affected by cancer, myself included. So as I think most of you, if you don't know, I'm a cancer survivor. My cancer is not estrogen related, but I think a lot of you know somebody who's had breast cancer that was estrogen related cancer. And so that can be really, really, really scary. One of the cool things about the test that we do is this. We look how you detox estrogen. So you actually have 3 pathways that you detox estrogen. So you can see this woman here, this blue pathway is super inflammatory. And so regardless, so this woman, she was puffy, high stressed, moody, and she couldn't lose weight. And so even though her total estrogen was low, what we see is the estrogen she does have, you can see this pie chart, was almost all funneling down this really inflammatory pathway. So she's going to stay really, really, really puffy. She's going to gain a lot of inflammation all the time. So no matter how clean she eats, she's got to get rid of this. This red pathway is actually, you can see here, it's actually a danger pathway. And so when we see this, we're actually able to correct it and scoop it over to the green pathway. And so thankfully, blue isn't necessarily dangerous, but it's really inflammatory. Red is dangerous. You can see here. And so you don't want to push a red pathway. If you push a red pathway, obviously you are at risk for estrogen related things. So there's the magic of some of the functional testing. I have another example, and this one is, we actually run some different blood work. And this is one that makes my blood boil, really, really gets me fired up, because this is a woman, she is 51 years old, and she's been on thyroid medication her whole entire life. No matter what she did, she couldn't lose weight. She went to another coach. They had her eating 1,200 calories, and she had no business eating 1,200 calories. Most people don't. She travels for work. She travels for life, like a lot. She's got a really cool life. And she's got a boat. She was able to lose a little bit of weight on 1,200 calories, and then her body just sputtered out. Again, she's been on thyroid medication her whole life, and doctors were like, everything's totally normal. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you're 51, like you're going through menopause. Like, everything's just totally, totally, totally normal. But we found a different story, and I didn't bring all of her labs, although I can. This is just a subset of what we look at. Vitamin D acts like a hormone inside of your body. She is deficient. She's on thyroid medication. Her problem, doctors are looking at it and they're saying your thyroid is fine. In conventional medicine, this is fine. In functional, this is not fine. This is not good. She's on T4. She's on thyroid medication. So her T4 is fine. But guess what, guys? Your T4 is not an active thyroid hormone. Your T4 is not an active thyroid hormone. It does nothing for you. It has to be converted. So when we actually take a closer look at this, her T3, which is her active thyroid hormone, was in the toilet. Her body's not converting. So doctors are like, yeah, take the medicine, take the medicine. Yeah, take the medicine. The medicine's doing fine. Medicine's not doing shit because T4 has to be converted, which is a conversion issue. And then when we actually look closer and test the right things, she doesn't have a thyroid problem. She has an autoimmune issue called Hashimoto's, which is not a thyroid problem. It is an autoimmune problem. And so they're treating her like she has a thyroid problem, but she doesn't have a thyroid problem. She has a problem with her immune system, which is an immune system inflammation problem. And we can actually see her inflammation markers are elevated as well because we actually ran the right tests. In fact, I took this to her and I said to her, I need you to take this to your doctor and show them because they've been treating you wrong for the last 20 years. And the doctor was like, oh my gosh. So I say that to you guys because it's like, I don't want to knock on doctors. A doctor saved my life. Doctors are really good at making sure that you're not really sick. They are not good at brain fog, fatigue, low energy, weight loss. That's not what they were taught how to do. It's not what their education is. And you can go and do research. I posted a reel on this not that long ago. It's called Facts About Doctors in Perimenopause. It's like over 50% of doctors say they have no clue how to help women with menopause. Most of them spend an average of like less than a week learning about nutrition. They don't know how. So it's not because your doctor doesn't want to help you. It's because they literally don't know how. And again, if you were to like 50-year-old man coming to me, I wouldn't know how to probably help you either, right? Because we know how to do what we specialize in and we see the same things again and again and again because we work with a certain subset of women. Like we are experts at what to look for, how to fix it, and what we deal with. So I'm able to show you guys this because I've looked at hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of labs and I see the same things again and again and again and again. I see adrenals completely burnt out. I see lots of women in fight or flight. I see so many women who are diagnosed with IBS, which is bullshit. I see women whose people have had to try to fix their hormones and it didn't fix anything for them because their hormones weren't the actual issue. Just like that woman's thyroid wasn't the actual issue. She had an immune issue, not necessarily a thyroid issue. So I share this with you guys. I hopefully you guys found it beneficial because I do get a lot of questions about how is this different? What is this different? Why am I feeling these symptoms? So if you're feeling brain fog, if you're feeling fatigue, if you're eating clean, you're over exercising, if you're doing all these things and it's making you feel worse, there is a reason for it. Like we can find the actual reasons. Why am I bloated? Why can't I concentrate? Why can't I sleep? Why do I have no energy as soon as I wake up in the morning? Like, why are these things happening to me? You're not crazy. It's not all in your head. I don't care what they tell you. We can always find the reason and then we can actually help you fix it because once we know what we're working with, then we can fix it. Like you got to do the work, right? But we can fix these things. If you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments or you are welcome to send me a message. My inbox is always open. I love to hear from you guys. That's it, guys. If you have any questions, if you want any more insight, if you want me to do more of these, let me know. Otherwise, I love you.